This is a quick video on why people over 30 must get into high-ticket closing to be able to achieve their goals in 2026, 2027, and 2028. Number one reason is because people over 30, you have strengths that people in their 20s, they don't. And the first strength you have is life experience. One of the character traits of a remote closer is you have to be the leader they need in these conversations. Because oftentimes, with the exception of the layups, meaning the people that are ready to give you money, a lot of these people will have concerns and they would need a little bit of guidance and a little bit of leadership. And if you are in your 30s, you have enough life experience and you can use your own stories to be able to lead these people and help them overcome these fears. First of all, there are a specific set of strengths that people over 30 have. Number one, you guys have more life experience. So literally, you can use your story, you can use your life experiences to inspire people, to lead people. One of the biggest things that comes with being a high-ticket closer is leadership, is showing up as a leader. With the exception of people that they're already ready to give you money, like we call it layups, there's a huge percentage of people that they're going to need leadership. They're going to need a little bit of help when it comes to overcoming their limiting beliefs. And if you already have life experiences, past patterns of commitment, overcoming obstacles, you can use your life experiences and it's going to be easier for you to become this leader they need. The second thing that you have in terms of strengths is people in their 30s, typically you have burden of responsibility on your shoulders. And that is a good thing. That's your fuel. Meaning, you're building a family, you have daughters, maybe you have children, or maybe you're taking care of your parents or your siblings, whatever that might be. You are in a position where you have responsibilities on you, and that automatically puts you in a position where you have to lead, you have to provide. And that is exactly what is needed to become a good high-ticket closer. So you can use these circumstances, your real situation, for examples with these conversations with people, and you can inspire them. Another thing that people over 30 have is they typically have better articulation. They tend to articulate better their ideas, their thoughts. They just have a better articulation in terms of communication. That's why if you're over 30s and you have life experience, you have these things, you already have a lot of good things that are required to be a good closer. Another thing that you have is you have more emotional maturity. In most cases, people over 30 have more emotional maturity and you're able to control your emotions. And that is really, really good for high-ticket closing because on the other side of the screen, a lot of the times you're going to have people that's what they need. Like they need someone that can be there, help them regulate their emotions. Also, you have extra drivers that comes from threats that you have if you are in your 30s. And what I mean, for example, is you don't have a lot of time. You are in your 30s. I mean, you still have time, but it's not that you are 18. So because of that, you're in a situation where you cannot, at least not that easily, say, hey, I'm just going to give myself like 10 years. So people in the 30s, oftentimes, they adopt a more long-term vision, which is great for high-ticket closing. And you're in a place where you don't want to put yourself in situations where you're going to jump into volatile opportunities because you are in your 30s. You're looking for something that is more robust, that has more longevity, that is more reliable. And then all of a sudden, boring but reliable models start to become more interesting. And that's exactly what high-ticket closing is. It's always the same, it's simple, and you can keep it consistent because it's simple. It's much, much easier than starting your own traditional online business with all the risk and complexity that it comes with. Another thing as well, you start appreciating more the mid-level between struggling and fully thriving. And you start seeing more this mid-level here, which is having financial security. What allowed me to really just escape the 9-to-5 was this mindset shift, actually, because I was trying to go from zero to financial freedom. I was trying to go from zero to millions. And I made this shift of saying, hey, what if first I focus on going from financial stress to financial security, to go to a place where money is not a problem anymore. And I have financial security and I have my time back. Why? Because from a place of financial security, financial peace of mind, it's going to be more easy, it's going to be more enjoyable and fun and more fulfilling pursuing financial freedom. That was the shift that I made. Now, when it comes to expectations, let's talk about what can you truly expect, like the reality of becoming a high-ticket closer in terms of results and lifestyle. In terms of results, very simple. You can make with nothing else than a skill and one client, because this is like a one-client business model, you can make 5 figures per month from home with time and location freedom. Okay, so it's going to give you the ability to make more money 10, 20, 30, $40,000 per month. It's going to give you your time back. You're going to get a lot of your time back. It's going to give you as well location freedom because you can do this from anywhere in the world. Now, how does that look like in real life? Okay, so as a high ticket closer, what you do is you do the enrollments, you do the closing of new clients on behalf of the company. This way, you give the founder their time back. They don't need to be all day in meetings and they can focus on growing the business. The beauty of high ticket closing is that you only speak with people that are already interested in joining the program, in working with the client, in purchasing the service. And it's always the same conversation. It's not like a lot of complexity, a lot of different types of meetings or longer closing cycles. No, it's one conversation where you have the conversation, the people is already interested, and in that conversation, you enroll the client. It's about 1 hour conversation, and there's a process to it. Of course, you need to have the skill. And the business owner needs to be at a place where it's like, okay, I trust you because clearly you're better than me at this. Most business owners, and a lot of them, don't really want to do the closing, but it's an essential part of the business. So what is it that you do? Very simple. It depends on where you're at in your journey. But let's say you're all in, or you want to go full speed, maximum performance. You can take between 6 to 7 calls a day and work from Monday to Saturday. Now, if you're at a place where you are more chill or you want to focus more on quality, you will take 5 meetings a day from Monday to Friday, for example. That's just like what's required for you to be able to make 20, 30, 40K per month. Of course, you need to have the right skills and you need to be working with the right type of client. It's very, very important. And then here's how it looks like. This is the lifestyle. Number 1, you work from home. Number 2, you work from anywhere in the world. And then number 3 is you have flexibility of schedule because you can get to decide in which times do you want to take these meetings. And the way you do it is you look for a company that is looking for closers or that operate in a time zone that is the time zone where you want to take these meetings. Whether that is your morning or whether that is your afternoon, it doesn't matter. You get to choose. The entire world is your market because you can work from anywhere in the world. You can work from a company that is in any time zone. And then, of course, like as you deliver results and you build a great relationship with the client, then you can have even more flexibility. Now, you might be thinking, okay, sounds good, but I'm still trading time for money. Yes, you are, 100%. The goal with high ticket closing is not to become a millionaire, although there's people that have become millionaires with high ticket closing, but that's not the goal. The goal with high ticket closing is to go from struggling, surviving, to a place where you have security, you have safety, and you start to have abundance in your life with the safest, the fastest, and the most simple path. That is the goal. So yes, you're trading time for money, but you are not doing labor-intensive tasks, like you're not working in construction or just mining for gold or something like that. You're just having conversations, and you're providing this solution in 1 hour meetings. You can have between 5 to 7 meetings a day. If you go all in, you want to take more, you want to maximize the amount of money you can make, yes, you can take 7 meetings a day. But you also can take 4 to 5 meetings a day and still hit $20,000 per month. Totally possible. It's one of the, if not the highest leverage activity that you can do when you're still trading time for money. Because you literally are making anywhere between $500 to $1,000 per hour with high ticket closing. On average, you can do more. But on average, every time you are in these meetings and you close a deal, which by the way, you don't have to close all the deals, you don't have to enroll all the clients because you're like a filter that separates the good fits from the bad fits as a high ticket closer. And when you close the right fits, you make anywhere between $500 to $1,000 for that hour conversation. That is the realistic expectation of high ticket closing. Now, what can you do from there? What are the opportunities that will open up for you once you establish yourself as a high ticket closer and you start really building a track record? There is a lot of opportunities. Number 1, you can continue to grow with the client, meaning you can continue to work with this client and manage a team below you. You can build a team within the company because as this company grow, they will need more closers. So you can take that role and become a sales director and just train people under you and they take the calls and you just manage the team. That's one thing you could do. Another thing you could do is you could become an agency. After a certain point, you can say, okay, now I'm just going to build my own agency. We're going to do done-for-you closing services where I'm going to do it myself, but at the same time, I'm going to train 1 or 2 buddies of mine, friends or people you know. Then you start selling their time because they work in your agency and it's a done-for-you agency. You find the client, you put a closer there, you insert a closer, you just manage the closer closes the deal, the closer gets paid, you get paid. It's a done-for-you agency. Another thing you could do is you could become a consultancy or a sales training company for existing closers or for existing high-performing teams. You help other closers or you help teams grow, improve performance, etc. with all the experience that you have accumulated. Or you could become an academy for beginners and you could help people start this career and become high-ticket closers as well. There's plenty of opportunities. You could also partner up with someone that is an expert in marketing and they have a product or is an expert in a specific product, and you can partner up with that person and you can become a co-founder, and what you do is you take care of the sales, the high-ticket sales. Yourself, you build a team below you. And at that point, you are truly a co-founder. Now you're building with someone else, you're partnered up, and you guys both are building a traditional online company. You see, there's plenty of opportunities to really go to the millions once you are established as high-ticket closer. And that is all the projection you have. But in order for you to get there, you need to start. That is the main thing. When you start to think about, okay, how can I start this journey? All these thoughts and all these doubts and this ocean of what ifs are going to come, because it's normal. You're getting outside of your comfort zone. You're doing something you've never done before. So fear is always going to be there. The only way to overcome that and the only way to get to these goals is starting. You just have to start. You just need to put those thoughts aside. They are never going to go away. You just have to start with them. You just have to feel the fear and still do it anyways, because that's the only way you're going to move forward towards these goals. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to nail it with your first client. You just have to start. You need the skill. You need a client. You need an internet connection, and you need to speak English. That's it. And if I did it, anybody can learn this and can do this too. You can do it on your own and just try to figure things out on your own, or you can hire a mentor, work with an academy. It's totally up to you. If you want to know more and dive deeper into high-ticket closing, this channel is all I talk about. So I'm going to put a video here if you want to dive deeper, and I will see you there.